Malo mua la Maria ho eki pehe foki ke tonga mo i Vulankotoa o mo mea mai ki he porokalama whamawholarea ko ia Eletio TWN, ko Tonga World News, pia me he kolo e Malata, Seattle, Washington. O ku mawhiawhia fo ke taitalele ak motoro he whiawhini, ko he whiawh koe ni, ko he whiawhi moni te eni, aho tahatolu ia o September, wafi ma wataha. Pea i he whiawhini o ko hoa ngawe atu foki, pea mo e mau ensinia rahi koe ni o e polokalama TWN, pa pea foki koe host foke ni o e TWN i he wiki kotoa pe, aia ko Emeline wha umuni dei. Ko iai i he whiawhini o ku aro, lelei o ku langi maa au pita e hon kai ahana la ale rei whaafu ofa pe au mama whana mai ai pe ai whiawhini o kai ke ai hamomoko. Ko iai mau tatale lea ki mau toru, ko kimua pe pa tau hoko atu, o mau whie whakahokat whoki, ha ofa pe amu ha loto hanga maari ka te mau toru, ko hono uhinga e kamata ke tau e tau polokalama he whiawhini a tau ki lotu. Tako ne lawa lelei pe ko ia, te tukuangarewa taimi kia Emeline ki ne wata e whakahoko ko ia e mau polokalama ki he whiawhini. Tau lotu. Tamai he van ko mātoan ko whanau mau puno hi whiaf koe ni. Tulu tui he mautui ka hanga ke marau mari e ka te koe koe whamaro ke ngai tāpua ko tape mo e ofa mo e tāpua ki he mamani koe ni ko no uhinga koe ngahi mahaki whakaaua ko iau tō I he whitu mo e tapa ko tō ape o mamani. Tamahe wani ko koe pē pure pē mo e o tua o mafi. Honi mā ke tokoni ka te mautolu mo ke hanga whakamaange mahaki ko ni me whonuani pē mo e tapa ko tō ape o e whonuani pē mo mamani. Mā kore ka te koe tamahe wani o lau marie ke no fo ia te au Emeline o maha poto moha ilo mo aiwi malo ke whakahoko a ke makoro kalama. Tapo ke angi ai pāinga mo ni ko tape o kisi whanongo mai mo whakaongo mai ke polo kalama koe ni he whiawhini. O mau tupu pē ke te koe ke leongo mau whao e ngahi polo kalamani ka koe hono take kina ki mau tolu I he ngahi mea ko tō ape o lava ke toka maari I he polo kalama I he whiawhini. Ma kore ka te koe ke tāpua ki anki nau tōru, tō ape he whoki ki mau whanua ki tonga, ka he whoki he whare mo he whō, ki he tamatui, sa austupo ono, ka he whoki he tahini kuini, na naspau o tuko aho. Oi ai tamahe wani ma kore ka te koe, ai polo kalamani ke nofpe mo a Fiona, mo ke whakatoka maari ea ke loto toko tahako tō ape whanau mai, ma kore ngai mea ni huafa alo ko Sisko ai si emeni.
Amen.
Oni.
Amalot ke lablele tau kongai ulak tau polo kalama, and that is a beautiful intro for us, Brenda. Pea goe fiak moniten goe aho o da tolu o September. I hope o go wong lele atu pe Brenda.
Yes, yes, you're very good.
Daga tau polo kalama e fefini goe history and culture. Pea teu Mana ke ko lau, tataki not much of a talk tonight. Ka goe ngai brought in pe ai ka tuk fonua pe
Yes.
mo ai ka kon ki moi te tau arifai ki Pacific Navigators
Yes,
ai
historia, yeah.
yes ko historia. So I'm gonna start off with Makti Whakapoto by
Yes.
Koila. So
Just a little bit of it, eh? Or, yeah.
Just bear with me. I'll be there.
You're fine. Take your time.
Le whana whanau ngā koe mana, tō ai ua me rangi maa. Koe kari wātu o a tāwai o a pō, tū mai umata. O whana he maro ai whuka, ka tala noa o whake mofua. Whana whanau ngā koe mana, tō ai uha mehe rangi maa. Koe kani wātu o a tāwai o a pō, tū mai umata. Koe hae, pehu i ai roto, e kua hoko ai te eki ke hoko. Iwa iho, wano atu kolo, matawe i oeka, toko ko ilo, te pae tue, oko e nofo, i tanga mo, e tuku whakaholo, e i tanga mo, e tuku whakaholo. Kawakua heka, kawakua heka, ave ia maa mafi whakapotu. Kawakua heka, ave ia maa mafi whakapotu. Koe whanua e tau i ke malu, koe whatonia ke whakapapau. Moe o mau puke ke mau, angi ai apa oe nau. Haka ai tonga e langi kua tau, whaone puno mafi o ae au, ko whai waola, ko whai wawhau. Ki wai mea moe le paolo au, kua taka ua e kau moe lau. Tali e whekau o meia e angalu. E tali e whekau o meia e angalu. Talunga e, talu mei tua, isi e te nofo, mo e te waka. Kumia ama, ti atoka apa, ni amua e ato, ni kua te au mai. Whatonia pe koe tariangi, amelenga te momo ke uinga siai. E talunga e talu nei tua, e si e te nofo, ni mo e te hata. Kumia ama, ti otoka apa, ni amua e rata, ni kua te au mai. Whatonia pe koe tariangi, kamelenga te momo ke uinga siai. pelenga te mama ke uinasi ai.
Ai ofa ai otua. Kaya bemo.
Religious faith and love of God not only transformed Tao Fa'ahao's life, it changed his view of government and his attitude towards his people. The Emancipation Edict within the Code of 1862 is an example.
Ine,
Ko tahen ai me afo ko hui he kwaha molofia. Ke iai hataki ia fonua.
Line,
Me fuaki pola ai tawataina.
you want to start from the front,
Tawa
from the
taina.
Yes, I
beginning?
will, yes,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Malo.
Oh, yeah.
Koau siaosi. Koau whakaha atu. Ki hau eiki o ngahi tapa kehe kehe. Pea pehe foki ki hoku kakai katoa. Whakatau anga. Te mau fie fie ai mo fie maari e ai. O ku ai o tua a he vani mo mamani. Kua whakatu uia. Ke whakahoko atu ki a teki mau tolu. Ko e tui o ngahi tui. Mo e eiki o ngahi eiki. O tau i he malu malu o hono ongo tau kupu. E o tua koe tamai. O kuau tuku atu hoku whanua mo hoku kakai. Mo ki nau tolu e mui mui mai i hoku tua. Ke malu i mai mei langi.
The Kingdom of Tonga in the South Pacific is one of the smallest nations in the world. Koe foi piriote, as Tongans would say affectionately, just a little dot on the map. But as Tongans would also say, si'i kaiha, small but significant and visible. Known for its scenic land and seascapes, the friendliness and high literacy of the population, its abundant agriculture, and its safe and hospitable environment, Tonga is also known for the Christian faith and spirituality of its people. One of Tonga's conspicuous features is its many churches. With Sabbath day observance part of the culture, churches are full every Sunday. Indeed, despite the many challenges and politics of being a small nation with small resources, the citizens of Tonga have profound love for God and country, reflected in their national motto, Koe otua mo Tonga ka hoku tawhia. This program is the third in a series of documentaries on Tongan culture produced by Brigham Young University, Hawaii, and the Polynesian Cultural Center. The first, Kava Kuheka, features the royal kava ceremony. The second, Hakahelangi Kuotau, highlights Tongan songs and dances. This presentation celebrates a singular moment in history called Tukufonua, when in a place called Po'ono in Vava'u, Taufa'ahau Tupou I, a Christian convert, gave Tonga to the God of heaven and earth to be the protector and guardian of his people. This grand symbolic act was one of the several steps in uniting the islands under Taufa'ahau's leadership, establishing the rule of law, and in 1875, a national constitution.
The chiefs met at this place in Po'ono, and they had a discussion as to whether it was appropriate to find some European power to protect Tonga. And in the end of the meeting, my ancestor, King George the First, said that he would like Tonga to be protected, but only by God, not by a country on this earth, only by God. And that has remained in the memories of the Tongan people. And our history shows that we've been able to survive crises in the world because of this fact. And all the Tongan people never forget it.
Kau ia ngahi, ngai mo miniti mau inga historia, kia te au hiok moui.
Koe taha e ni ha, a me whamawhana. Ki te whanongoa, ai tala nei whai me ono aho. Ai tuku o Tonga ki langi.
Maho koe mea kune whamawahe au koe Tonga me toi taha he maa mani koe ni. He nei tuku a Tonga i ki langi. Pako pore pore akia.
E ta tau ai pepo ko whea whitu maa mani ia e Tonga kune i loi hano lo tō kua hano whatongia.
Pako tui mahalo ko hono uho mono ka kano ia o e pōpoaki ko ia. Tuko e whanua mo e kakai ki langi.
Ko e ola ia o hanga e tamatui sa stuporaki o tuko e whanua ki langi.
Ko e fuakawa ia na e hanga e tupu uruaki o hai a kia Tonga.
Ke tō ki he loto o e Tonga ko toa pe ko whatongia eni ke tāri. Ko e ngā aue ke whai.
Kia mea te ulawa ke whakahoko, e mahu inga au pito ki Tonga, ke peke whahonga ia ke whai miniti koe ni, ka he whaki pe te loto o kita.
To establish the context of this act of Tukufonua, it is useful to review key historical events. In the 1600s, when Europeans first made contact with Tonga, they were struck by the peacefulness of the Tongan people. They witnessed productive plantations with no evidence of war or weapons. Later in the 1770s, when Captain James Cook visited the islands, he named them the Friendly Islands. He was entertained grandly by the Tongans. Contrary, however, to the peaceful outward appearance, the Tongan society was a profoundly hierarchical society which made all commoners slaves to the chiefs. Greed, ambition, internal rivalries among the chiefs and different island groups were fomenting civil unrest. In 1799, with the assassination of the cruel Tu'ikanukupolu Tuku'aho, Tonga was seized by a long and bloody civil war, fought, according to one historian, with unprecedented ferocity and treachery. Just following this chaos, John Lowry, the first Wesleyan minister, landed in Tonga in 1822. He left the following year as a result of intense persecution and constant danger. In 1826, the Reverend John Thomas came to Tonga and eventually secured a small following who embraced the Christian faith. There were others, but there was fierce resistance by some Tongan chiefs and the Tongan Taula, the priests of the native religion. They resented the white man's religion. Also resentful of the missionaries were foreign sailors, beachcombers, deserters, and criminals. Relatively soon, however, the Christian mission began to flourish in a way that was soon to transform this people into a peaceful Christian nation, governed by the rule of law and the Holy Bible. Koisiueri oi Otumotu Pasifiki, the jewel of the Pacific Islands. The key Tongan personality and major player in bringing about this swift and comprehensive transformation was none other than Taufa'ahau, who became King George Tupou I of Tonga. Heir to the title Tu'ikanukupolu, Taufa'ahau had a commanding presence. He had proven himself in battle, both as a warrior and as a strategist. Clearly, Taufa'ahau saw the advantage of being friends with the missionaries. He valued their judgment and felt their influence would help him establish peace throughout all of Tonga. But it was the persuasive religious instruction of the early native Tongan Christian ministers, such as Peter V., who touched him most deeply. The late Masiu Moala, revered educator, tells the story of how Taufa'ahau tested the new religion against the power of the indigenous gods.
He koi foi mea lalahi, na rono tonga tui haapai, a Taufa'ahau he taimi ko ia. Pea nao pe mo pitavi. Nao mo pitavi, ke a ko e kakai o haapai, ki he lotu fo'o. O rono tonga koe na folau he waka. Na ia e o tua ia, i he lotu mua, na ne whakawhiao mau pe, a Taufa'ahau. Koe tu ia, koe lau maaria koe ia, e hu ia, i he whahinga monu manu, pe ko haika. Pea koe anga koe ia i a ki mou tolu, koe white shark. Pea koe feitu upe e haere Taufa'ahau ki ai, whakawhiao e he anga. Pea koe lolo tonga koe na folau. Pea whaia e Taufa'ahau e ne hanga fo i tesi. Ke ne tesi, ke ne sivi, ai lotu fo ou, mo e ne lotu mua. Ui peka lotu mua. Koe loa tonga pe tere hero ai fu a ngā. Na ua au ki pangai. Folofolange tui, tau toi folau ke kau vai e taha, ki ha ano ia. Pa koe nau lere koe e waka hai waha ko ia. Folofolau te tui. Pita vi. Ka pau o kumo oni o tua o ke lotu ki ai, mo ke tui ki ai. Hei kai ue i koe e tau whatahi. Ka o ka pau kumo oni ai lotu mo e o tua o kou lotu ai. E keina koe e tau whatahi. Ka rea atu rea, folofola atu rea vaia. Ke kau kau waka. Mo puke a pita uri ki tahi. Ne ri pe koe patu pe koe a pita ki tahi. Tutu nea ke nau hanga tonu ki haan. Koe feitu ko toa pe e tu utai a Taufa'ahau. Upau ke whai e he hou e ki. Tu hea nganai, hono tau mawhakawa. Lolo tonga hono tau mawhakawa. Hake 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 a pita vi ia. Lue lue atu he tau mawhakawa. Tangutu atu he toua, mea whakatonga. Folofola mai a Taufa'ahau. Tangane pita, rea ata pita. Hewa fio, ku lava whatongia. Kono sivi whaka osia e Taufa'ahau, oku mo oni koe otua, oku mo ui. Kai ke, ne osi whakatahataha i aibe e Taufa'ahau, a haapai, pea ne whakatau atai na i a haapai. Osi pe koe atu e folau rewa ki wawau. Folau ki wawau ke ave ai lotu fo ou ki wawau. Tari whakaaufuri e ulukalala.
Taufa'ahau was baptized in August 1831, taking the Christian name of George. He eventually became fully literate and functioned as a regular and powerful preacher in the Wesleyan Church. In 1834, beginning in Utu'ivava'u, the tiny fledgling church experienced a profound spiritual outpouring. that affected all of Vava'u and eventually all of Tonga. This Pentecostal experience, as recorded, was called Toe Ofa, or the outpouring of God's love. It is likely that Taufa'ahau was especially affected by it.
Ka koe e tala noa koe ki he hanga he iwi o tō o ofa I Tonga o ne hanga whakamana wai a Taufa'ahau. Pe kamata me aho koe a riukawa ene mo ui. Nani tūtū ni leo kai kene toi fie mau ke tamate e tangata. Puke mo ui pe tangata e ngai whenga tau nai wai. Nani hoko rewa ka tonga taha maranga. Ai koe ne uraki maranga e nai whai I he kirikiri te pua I he portfolio hosea wa he wha vesiono aua hoka kai koe masiwa ino koe tui koe ai ngahi matalalanga na lalanga I e mo ui a Taufa'ahau ne maua I ha mama whakaotua mo haivi whakalau maari ke ne mau e tui I he kuonga nai kei whakapo uri a tongani, ke whai a tukufonua ko ia, na e whai pouono.
With Taufa'ahau's faith now anchored in the Christian doctrine, he began to realize the importance of civil codes of conduct and the rule of law, which, with the help of the missionaries, he articulated in the Vava'u Code of 1839. When he became the Tu'ikanukupolu in 1845 and the king of all Tonga, he would expand the Vava'u Code in the 1850 Code of Laws. In the 1862 Code of Laws, he would include an emancipation edict, freeing all commoners from bondage to the chiefs. Finally, he would give his people a full constitution in 1875. But it was in Vava'u at Pouono the act of tukufonua, or giving the land to God, occurred.
Uloaki laoia ne tohi, pea tohia I Vava'u, pea kohono foaki koe oi fo I lao, tahavalu tolu hiva. Nai whaia e ne talafono, pea whaia e ne tukufonua. Ko e ne ofaia I he kakai, pea mo ne fo I maa I moa, te ulau be koe taha ia o ene maa I moa, fisi mua. Ko au siausi. Wo whakahātu ki he hou eiki, o e ngahi tapa kehe pea pehe foki ki hoku kakai katoa. Whakatauange ke mo fie ai, mo fie maarie ai. Oku ai o tua o he vani mo mamani. Ko au whakotu uia, ke u whakahoko atu kia mou tolu. Ko e tui o e ngahi tui. Mo e eiki o e ngahi eiki. O kune ma feia ai mea kotoa pe. O hoi fua ki ai. O tau I he malu o hono ongo to ukupu. Pea ko e whanga sipi o ene tākanga. Pea ko hono finangalo hoi fua. O tau neke kai. Ko ne talafono ia. Osiko ia pe to tulu tui e tui. O pehe he tala ko e tala pe ia pe ko e tala I o tonga ni o tala pe. Na ne faluku e hono to ukupu e falukunga kere. O afuhi ke ata. Ko ne momo ia hono fonua. Ka koe ne lotu na pehe. Pe na e tohi pe ia he ne tohi noa. O tua ko e tamai. O kuo tuku atu fonua. Mohoku kakai. Mo ki nau tolu e mui mai I hoku tua. Ke malu I mai. Mei langina. Pako e tuku fonua neonga na e whai Vava'u. Ka asi e he ne lotu. Asi e he ne talafono. Na e uhinga ia ki he kakai kotoa o tongani. Pea uhinga ia ki he sola mo e vulangi aki mo tolu. O nau lolo tonga lo nuku I tongani ko uhiko ia.
Even though there are differing accounts about dates and content, nothing in Tongan history has captured the Tongan imagination or planted pride and patriotism in Tongan hearts as much as the telling and retelling of the story of Tukufonua in Pouono.
Aia, koe whaki koe o Tongani ki langi. Koe hanga e tupo uruaki, O ne hanga ne pehe mai ki kakai. Ko tukulolo te po ulaka Sihova. O kuma o lunga taha pea Sihova. Ia te po ulaki mato. Ko lau maari e o tuku whanua. Ai ko tau pehe. Ko tuulu tui e tui o tonga. O ne hapai hake. Ko eike ngai whanua. That's what Powono is all about.
I think the founding thought of Powono is that George Tupou I offered not only the country of Tonga, but every living being. That would be the people, the animals, the plants, all the flora, the fauna, sea life, everything. Every form of life would be offered to God to be blessed.
Ko afu hia o tuk fonua nai fai Powono ku kai mate ia. Ne o hang du tau soge hang ta mate pe pakuka ka ku kai mate. Ko ai pe ngai mo menit ku la aina. To mai pe ngai mo menit ngai foi ko hake. Ai mo i fala mare ka kai tak ton mo ui pe. Ai foi lau mare na tanu maki. Ya fa mo ui pe me Powono.
Throughout much of the 19th century, the specter of annexation haunted the islands of the Pacific. The world's imperial powers were looking to extend their empires into the South Pacific. Clearly, there was anxiety on the part of the emerging Tongan leadership that Tonga could be colonized by one of them.
Ko e manawa si ilahi au pito. He aho ko ia. He na e ala mai Europe o puke maamani koto. Puke Amerika initia e sia au mai ki Australia, New Zealand. Pe au mai ki Pasifiki, o si puke atu e Amerika Samoa, Britania, Fiji. Pe a osi teu Australia mo New Zealand. Nana fe auhi ki Britania, pe ko hai tene kolonia ake Tonga.
I think that King George I, what he did at Powono, was a very advanced and also, in hindsight, he had very little alternative because at the particular time, the 19th century, the imperial powers were very active in acquiring and annexing new countries. And one way he could avoid that is to dedicate the country. So it was very forward thinking, a lot of forward thinking went into it. From his point of view, of course, he was always a very spiritual person. One gets that impression.
Tau pore foki ke pehen o tie ke pure I whakakolonia ki tau tolo. We were never colonized. Hono whakahoa atu ke uwhono koe Pasifiki. Koutu I koe tahai ahi lere I koe tuku koe Powono. Fotu umo pure anga, we are recognized I he upure anga hau he teimu koe ia.
Ko poi ni mahu inga mo whakawhia ke mau whakamanatu ke mau tolu Tonga. Ko Tonga ni na ke hau whanua muria whao taha e Tonga. Hau pek o stu kakato ato Tonga.
The theme or motto, God and Tonga are my inheritance, emphasizes an irrepressible source of Tongan pride. That despite changes and adjustments, Tonga was created a nation, and the grand unifying element within that nation was belief in the Christian God of heaven.
Mone hi mi koe ai wesiliana. Ka pau e awe e kume alahi pa to'o me ngai tāpuaki. Ka toi pe ai ofa ai otua. Ka ia me moi.
Religious faith and love of God not only transformed Tau Whahau's life, it changed his view of government and his attitude towards his people. The Emancipation Edict within the Code of 1862 is an example.
Ko tahen ai mea fo ko hui he haha molofia. Ke iai hataki ia fonua. Tene fuaki mola ai taua taina ki he kakai. Ko taua taina ki he kakai e historia na e tau na mo le mo ui e anga o ni tuku whakaholo mai ka koe mea na e mau mea tu po uraki me he ene taki whanua na ne mau pe ne wharu te kakai pe he ne mamangi o hono loto i lot whakaistiane na ane tali na ne whaki ai ke kakai ai tau atai na whaki mola.
The concepts of freedom and being protected from heaven were profound companion ideas in eventually securing a stable Tongan government. Taufa'ahau Tupou I magnified these concepts in the very symbols of government, the flag and the Tongan seal.
Mea elemeniti koe o malui. Koe fe e whakatata te tau ngawe aki. E unuma e malui. E pure anga hau ko ia. Ke nehanga malui e tongan he koe ki whanua sisi. File tupo ulaki koe ai essence e lot whakaristiane. Koe taa koe o sisu pamohono kolosi. Koe toki fuufili ma mafa tuki. Ka pao te mau mea lelei ke fasi whakawhanua tonga. Ko fo i lotu pe. Ko fo i lotu ata. Ai ko tau pe he ko kamata e o tua mafi ko ho mau. Ko koe whalala. Moe ofa ki tonga. Ko ke pea fasi whakawhanua i mama.
Besides parents and teachers, the principal conveyors and interpreters of culture in Tonga are the church minister, the chiefly spokesman or mata'apure, and the punake, or composer of dance and song. The act of tukufonua at Pouono has been a standard reference in sermons, ceremonial orations, and musical compositions. It is linked to all that is good in the Tongan nature. The great hope is that when change comes, it can occur in a context that preserves the spirit of Pouono.
Koe tau tupu nau kau a hono, koe fuiwi mālohi ke wataku e kau sae nise sosiare, koe mai kia fōsi e ke na wanga o mai liliu ke society. Pia mahino bea hei, koe tunga lotonga e ngahi ta au e whakalakalaka, hau ai bema ngahi liliu. Koe tau tupu na wanga whai liliu lahi e society tonga i tai mini. Koe whia mau foki ke puke a tonga ia he tunga koe na iai me he tuk whanua na whai ki langi o mai ke taimi. Koe haha mea e lawa ke tau, ke maintain, ke puke, koe ke uphold wai a tonga. A tonga na i loa, koe whanua malu, koe whanua merino, koe whanua wheofani, pe hange koe ngahi tefto i ulunganga whakawhanua o kutaku he kau whatu me kau tala whanua koe ngahi a whei koula ulunganga whakawhanua tonga whakapa-apa, mo ofa, mo tauhi wahaa, mo loto tō, mo mamahi mea.
What happened in Pouono was an expression of religious faith in God rather than man. And I think it has paid off in Tonga and in Tongan history because we passed through periods of crises, including 2 world wars, ending up on the winning side in both of them. So I think we did very well as a result.
Pea ngahi tō whorofora ko ea whika uraki ai otua. Tok whika ua ai whonua.
pe tu ko fonua gilang hange go ene fai po no o tua motonga hok to fia pe foki ai fonua ni gilang pe to whakakoloa he tui ene tō wholofola I malai kula. O kou whake kere kere, akau, maka, mea kotoa, pea kou toi whaki, pea moi kakai. Kou fia ai, he kou kau hono whaki au gilangi.
Paono, of course, used to be rather that sacred site there used to be a building on it with 6 posts. And Paono, of course, means 6 posts. The land was named after the building. That building, of course, has been removed. It is old and damaged, so that is removed, but the land remains.
The construction of a traditional Tongan house is seen by some composers, or punake, as the grand metaphor for the creation of the Tongan kingdom.
Koe langa foki o whare whakatonga e whai waola. O puke whare he kafa. Koe natula koe o whare o mālohi. O kamata la lava o whare me he fupou o kui. Koe tau whatunga ia o whare. Ai o kupipike foi akau ko toa peia o whare. Ke foi akau o kui e whare koe tau whatunga. O rango la lava ai, na foi kafa peta. O kumui ai koe ai lea tonga. E ku whielau na e kafa ta. He ku mawhao be me kamata au ke me osi. Paka uhinga e ku tānoa ke tānoa koe ni. He ku hangeka te au o kou whakatata ai whare o pōwono. Ke ngāwe koe na e whai he uraki wha. Koe foi whare ko tonga. Ko tonga I he aha goe na nautaria e lotu. Pe whau me whakamau mai koni stutoni. Koe fo I kafa e taha na e ngāwe aki he uraki wha. Koe lotu.
With the ongoing modern pressures of globalization and competing political and economic forces, what, one might ask, is the value in celebrating Christianity, the spirit of Paono and the Tukufonua? Are these irrelevant figments of an idealized past? Most Tongans say they are immensely relevant.
Koe ririu ia koe mea e pau ke hoko. Koe ke utui ke ririu whawawe mo whakafoki wha. Te ria ngahi mau mo ngai nunu ai hoko ai. Ka koe utui ke ririu māmāri e. Whatatau ke alpe ai taimi pia mo kuonga. Koutui e ngāwe lahi a lot whakaristiane ki hono puke ki nau tolu he mea o totoni mole ai urunganga tāu. Ko hika ke tau lawa e tau toria o mapurei ai ngai whakalaka ka e tokoni lahi ai lau maari o e tangata. Koutui ki ke lau maari o e tangata mau inga ke ai hame a ke tuhu ai. Ka koutui mau inga ke tuhu I he o tua. Pea ke tu I he wholofona ai o tua. Ko uhi ke hoko e koe makatuko. O hangi mai koe matangi o ririu o kune lama pe o tu. Pea ke fisiki mai I teia ngai me afungani koe whakaotua nge koe ofa. Koe manako ki he melino nge koe whaitotonu.
O whaam ke a uato e whamatala koe ni. Ke tau kei puke ai tu whanua na e whai. Pea ku tau ke iongo, ko tonga ki tau tolu, na kehe ho tau tuku. Mea toi tuku a whanua I mamani. Pea kua upia ke tau o ke ngai whanua I muri, o tau ongo I pe tau tolu, ai mea na hapa. O kehe ia me ongo e ka kai kehe. Ka tau ka whai hakovi, o tau ongo I ki tau tolu. Ko tonga ki tau tolu, ko nai whai e tuku whanua, o tuki langu paku malu he o tua tonga. Paku tau ongo, o la veho tau lau mani. E koe tala pia ku tau ke hao ai, pia e rea kia e kau whau punake, unau pe, ufanga he tala malo e whanua. Koe uinga he tala malo e whanua, koe fo I tuku whanua nei whai. Tala pia e ta, o kei malo atonga. Uinga e rea koe tala malo.
there's a need to guard against secularism in Tongan society. And I think true to the aims of His Majesty King George I, who put God in the center of all government activities, I hope that God and prayer will, in the years to come, and I'm sure it is the foundation stone on which Tonga state was built, and I hope it will still be the aim and objective of the Tongan government for many more years to come, and to realize the motto which has been set by King George I, Tonga and God are my inheritance.
Lok fa ampe a ke tau tuku whanua. Pe hange mai ke hoko o mo oni a tuku whanua, o kai ko historical milestone. Ka koe fo ia o sia, o ku omi, I he au, ai tangata mo whiwhine ke fo ia o sia koe atu po uaki, I hono wā mo o tua. Pe o mai fo I tuku whanua ko ia, o mo uia he loto, o whaka fo I tuitui. Pe ke te au ia ka to o ia, me he historia whanua koe ni. O kou tū mamaha, e more ai fufoi uho I identity o Tonga. Ai o tua, pa mo Tonga. Koe e tofia, koe e Tonga. At the same time, o i kai kua mea ia ke talanoa I be. Ke la men peki ai. Ka koe whahinga mea ke o mai, o mo ui aki. E mo ui whawhai tuitui.
Perhaps no one exemplifies the concern for the youth of Tonga better than Queen Mother Halaivalu Mata'aho.
Ko amanaki anga o tau tupu o Tonga, ko mahino ke tek nau tolu ai tau mua ke nau mo ui tau taha. Ko amanaki anga o uhinga ki ai ai ka veinga, o kwhelawe I mo tuku whanua ki langi na e whai I tupo uluaki. Na e tui a tupo uluaki, ko o tua ofa na e haere mai a sisu kalaisi ke whakamahino ki mamani, ko ia ai amanaki anga o Tonga. Pea koe uhinga ia na ne whaaki ai hono whanua mo hono kakai ki he otua, o whakarea koe otua koe tō whia o Tonga. Nā kulawe he tau ko hiri ki hono whiri he otua, ai matakari li vai o kakai Isleli, ke nau hoko ko ene kau taula eiki. Pea I kai ha nau kere kere pe koloa, ka nau tō whia aki pe ai otua. O kutuha ai si o kere kere o Tonga, mo e kai ha tau koloa whakadatula, mo e whakapoto-poto o e whinangalo o e tui, ke whakalahi a Tonga me he otua, aia o a ana a mamani kotoa. Ka au ai ai uhinga maarie o e tofia, o kuhaa he tohi ke kakai he pelu wa he hiva vesta hanima, aia o pehe, o kune e sisu, nofo koe whakalaloa, mo huhui o ngahi anghala. Kai toki mau e ki nau tolu kua ui, ai palo mesi koe tofia taingata. O mahino I he vesi folofola koe ni, ko sisu kalaisi na e tali e tupo uluaki, pea tui ki ai. Koe amanaki anga ia ki ha taha anghala. Ka pau tene loto ke inasi I he tofia taingata. Na whina ngalo a tupo uluaki ke hoko a kakai Tonga, koe kakai tui ke toka te rine o sisu kalaisi. O tā ai ai kolosi he fuka Tonga. Pea koe kolosi ta tau ai pe, o kuhaa he kalauni mo sila o e pureanga. O kuua rewa ai mea mahu inga, o kulawa ke tau wakai ki ai, me he whakakaukau o e tofia taingata. Uluaki, ko sisu kalaisi koe whakalaloa pe amanaki anga o hataha anga hala. Ko hono ua, ko
koe tui ke si sukalaisi, o kulawa ke lili wa i anghala, pia inasi he tofia o taengata. Koe haere vai whikau aki, ai tui ke si sukalaisi, mo lama he tau tupu ke whai lele e ako mo mau haurunganga rere. Pia koe haa ene whikau aki mo e tofia taengata. Koe whahino hino o tui ke si sukalaisi, e malawa e si su ke ririu e loto angahala mo talanga taa o e whanau. Pia iai lewa e amanaki rerei, te nau ririu o fie whai e ako ke lava. Kai uma aha ai ririu ai urunganga ke rerei. Pero ki nau tolu ko ia o ku hoko, a si su ko nau amanaki anga, i he moui ko e ni, te nau inasi nau tolu, i he tofia taengata, i he moui kahau.
Thus, the spirit of Bowono and the Tukufonua are embedded still in the hearts of Tongans. And it is the voices of the past, restated and reaffirmed by the present, that plead the direction of Tonga's future, in peace and harmony, with the traditional Tongan virtues intact. Anga ofa, a loving nature. Anga whakaapa-apa, respect and reverence. Tauhi waha'a, keeping up good relations. Mamahi imik, team spirit and enthusiasm. And lototo, a willing heart. Perhaps the words of the late poet and composer and one of the Nimatapu, or royal undertakers, Ma'umatapure, speak to the hearts of all Tongans.
Ko whakaamu, te kei o ngātu hoku reo. I Tonga, o kuta kei whawha nifo. He peau mo more o whangatapuna. Ka oa nā whakangaloku pe whakatutuange. Ka ta piki patai. E ku kei hoko ia ko hapa kakara. Te manongi ke alaha. I he otongani. He taim ko tope. Whakawheta. Whakataura e ni whanua whakakawe ia ke kawe i koulai wha. Ke tuu mau pe tuu lo he o tonga. Ai whiongo i aki. Ai whiofo whani. Ai whakakaristiane. Monu e kaka monu. Ka kei nofo hawhonua. Toka ringo e merino. Ka ko haha mea te ta whai. Ka ta whakauke tau. Te ta toi ngau e a ki hawhahinga poto o ngesi le theka. Ta ngau e a ke poto ngesi molu. Ka mau luta. E ta kei taka hawhonua maru. Koe ni hapa kakala. Ngangatu, manongi, alaha. Te aku alua to hono ngangatu mohono alaha. E he Pasifiki. Ti Ulope. I he maari e tato whatongia. Mo tau o wonga taha. Mo takafa taha.
That was so beautiful, Brenda.
Hange ko tataila tatu pehe.
Oh.
He eta studio he. Manatu ka tau whanua, eh?
Oh yeah, that was a very, very beautiful, eh? Hey, ko ako lahi ka teo whanongo ke mea koe ni. Pea moe historia ha tau ki whanua, eh? E ka mea mau inga ki he Black Wha ka koe otua, eh?
Right.
Nai pehe whak nai whai nau whataha. Pea nai pehe koe, nai whakau ke pehe ke o mai meha. Ke kumi ka whanua muri ke le hanga malu i a tonga, eh?
Koia.
Pea koe whakau koe nai whai aki koe otua, eh?
Koia.
Ke tuku pea tonga. Nau maria he lawe koe nai kuini mata aho.
Yes.
E ne lawe koe ke tohi ka he pilua vai wa Vestani. Ma pea kai ke ngatai ka ne lawe koe ni ki he kauri vai. Na ka kia hanau tofi a kere mama koe ni. Ko hanau tofi a pe koe otua, eh? Ai au whatata kia tonga, eh? Those are very interesting, you know. That was a very good one. So
Koe tahi ne punake koe ni ke laka.
Oh yeah.
Ai ana ni lea koe o pehe. Koe fo I mea e ua ko mahu inga. Eh? Kato e fo I mea ia koe e ua ko ia. O ku mōre rewa ho toto ngā o ki tahe. Kane pehe pe koe lotu. Eh? Yeah, go for alpha. Alpha, go. You know, it's just tau manatu no ape ki he. Te tau whanua me a manaki. Koe mafia e ki he kai ke ia mea hoki tonga. O ton ke tau tā ma upe foi tuk whanua ia ke au ki he whiri. He whiri koe no me ma. People will learn right there. The history and culture.
Koe ka nau mau inga ia Brenda he tuku koe he ulaka a tonga ki langi. Nane pehe pea moki nau tolu ko tō pe e moi mai ia te au.
Yes, yes.
Pea heke la koe ni ai punake koe ni nane wha osi mai koe ni me. O tau monu ia. I think there was somebody else nane pehe hanga te ko ariflet mone. Nai pehe palestini malo loka e wiskana. O ko monu ia au hange ko tawa. I feel blessed.
Yes.
He tau hoko koe tonga.
You're testifying.
Right.
Yes.
Hena tuku mo ki whanua pa tuku mo kakai. Pea ka lawa koe a pilorehu. Na e tuku living things. Everything. Me amo ui ko tope. Me amo ui ko tope I tonga. Na e tuki like. Pea ko tu me prenda ko haka hinga ko mono ia e pe tau kakai fitu ko tope. Pagana ke lawe mai ki mu he tau program pa mu atu ki mu at na ke pehe. Tonga is on the map now, eh?
Yes.
Yes. You know, everywhere you go.
Yes.
But hange ko dalau ko ki mua. Ko me ko toton ki tau ilongai ko lotu mo oni mo totonu. Ka ko ne ku bebe amai ai media ya. Ita ko kape mo kaka mo hapo eh. Oh, that's not the image that we should be coming out with, eh?
Yes.
And I'm glad of the mai to whanua. Kona whamana to mai ka tau tautonga. O hange pe ka ulawi ki mua. O whema ka tau whoki ki he ulaki wha. Tau whoki ki he ulaki ofa koe. Ai ulaki wha haro tuku tau tau ki langi, he?
Yes.
Ka pu ofa ma ango ngai ne whenga tau tau luprenta, eh?
Yes. Mai lau a afu ha mango. Tau moe pe au.
Tau moe pe au.
Ko ki best party hea ko klasia I olunga iau.
Oh yeah.
Ka koe mau whaahi koe ki tonga mau o ke cultural building ko hanga hake ki whare mahaki, eh?
Oh yeah, culture center.
Yeah. And he's the one that managed that. You know, koe ne pē koe kawhataha, eh?
Oh yeah.
It is such a worth
Yes.
millions, he?
Yes.
Ke tau tautonga, ke tau feel o ku tau monu ia.
Oh yeah.
Tala ho totonga,
Oh
he?
yeah. Yes. Yes. Ka hono ho a foki ko whai ako Ingrisia ako i high school. Ka koe whare ko ia na mana tui Brenda. Ai culture sena kona hanga mai ki Viola. Ko whare ia na e huf na e whai me koe me ai koe ni ai na host e tonga koe e for forum meeting ko i taiwa wariwa. Na ngau he whare ka whai wike ua. Kana tau au mi he sotia. Ke ngau e ke preanga tonga, ke computer e preanga tonga, o whawhawhunga e preanga tonga, o standby ki he spec, kau secretary ka spec.
Oh, yeah.
Ko hago o whai ka e paperwork ko e kau minister ki whakata. Me whawhata wena hanga e tonga ko host ka e forumu. Ki tonga, pana e whare ana e whai mea e whataha.
Yes. Now follow up, Vicky. I was here already.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was back in '89. Yes.
Yes. But everything that moves to changes in Tonga, it was beautiful. Pe mo monaki, eh? Nakai ki tau whanonga tau whainga mea o ne we, eh? A Tonga. Pea ko Tonga ia, ko haina, ko toko taha koe na ne pehe ko tau ki whanua. Maha koe taha ni koe ni whehuhu po si i unga whanua. Na ne pehe, na whakasisi i pea Tonga ia ki hono kakai, pea kai ke ia.
The natural resources.
None.
Get it. We don't have that. I only pata ko ta to ko ki kauri vai. Na ka na ina se na to kele. He ko kauri vai ko na to na ha ko no tau he fale lotu. Ko ka tau la e ki ko o ha isleri. And God was never given them a land.
No, me hange pe kau gypsy, eh?
Oh yeah. Okay, it's not really, but kake ange o toai hanau ina kere. Kai hanga o toai o hinga ko na tolu ko taula eki, eh? O mana ko ilo ko ka fai fika ko atonga. O hanga ka ta ko ke na ma kere na tolu ko hinga ko na fai fika, eh? I'm not sure, but I had to double check that. Kana ma hinga lea ko ni nga ko ni ko.
Hinga lea e kau poto i a Tonga mo kau, yes. Tau whatunga whanua. Tau whatunga motu.
Tau whatunga motu. Koia. Ngai whai lea koia. Moe talamalu e whanua.
Talamalu e whanua, yes.
Koe mea kona e rifea koe ki pōwana. Koe whai lawa e tu pōwha, koe pōwana, koe whai post, aiga whai pōwea.
Pillars. Koe pillars e ono.
Yes, koe pillars e ono.
Kapana e fitu, o kutu uia i he toi tapu e whai pilai.
E
fitu.
Koia.
Pea mohono uhinga.
Koia.
Yes.
I would love kabana na hanga preserve, eh?
Yes.
O preserving ai mea ko ni ko hinga ke ki he. Mato ai o fa ko na ho ko ia ko.
Kana na foto e maka. Eh, na foto e maka.
Na foto e maka.
Yo, i tuku whanua. O speko tuku whanua pa na foto lewe maka whamana tu. Askapa tuku hoka tai pe poro kalama ki Tonga. Ka ko lava baba fuke het now rebuild mahal ko me pena to why but they redo the whole structure.
Oh yeah. Ko fai me ka na mo ngai he la ko ai kwini fe hu na de pe fai me e wa. Ko la ki na ha si su ko mediator.
Yes.
Yes. Ko no wa ko tau tui, eh? Ai me fa aki e foi me ko ni tui. Ka ko mari fa ta no ko no nga ko he tu la he tu ko la ko ori ko pita viki tai, eh?
Yes.
Ko sivi fo kia o
e mo oni tau o
tu, eh? Yes. Ai na no to ko tau ma fa ka ki ha ano. My mother is from
Io.
Yes.
Yes. Ko grandmother 20 generations back. Ko fefine ko noa ha'angana.
Me
Ano,
Oh,
believe
yeah.
it or not. Yes.
Yes. Isn't it amazing? We come from that little place.
Yeah, we
Yes,
have DNA ano.
Kago kuya so lulya na ko hano. But anyway, ako po mga inga apito ini. Ako nagkaya ko si kaya but tao me po kia.
Yes.
It's small but significant,
Yes.
Aya ko tao le to ako si kaya kaho ko habe Neo pe kwa de me oksay pe neo pe si tao pa pe ke tao ha.
Katau ha, og mahuinga yes.
Tao ha.
Ye ha mo mi atoton ho to dima.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Ko mana to ya we te hina si ta pa Kan fana bana put the family was alo. To te me ki mo ko ne pai o kwa ko family na fa wa ki ha follow up me na fa wa ke to o si pe kapasi pe alo ha ki ai ka wo si ai ko si kai ha
Yes.
This is interesting. That was a very good video I took for Noah.
Yes.
I'm so grateful to BYU, Hawaii, yeah? This is Hawaii campus, and I
Yes.
put together for a video because
Yes.
Yes.
Pauta that we've got the theme song go if you finina taratu.
Oh yeah.
Go for he vai and a fat hit tanta igi era very long time ago. Na etuko e whanua e tupo o hapai ki olunga, Ke malui me olunga ato nganyo whai o tupu tupu. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the part that I connect with the program ko po ni.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that was it. Kaya it's beautiful.
That was a very beautiful one,
Yeah. Na o kuya pe ko nga wo mo many series. He kono nga foki na ko fukato ang lahi e siasi na hoko ki tonga ko tuku fonua. Yeah. So it was now hang up pick up original pioneers na now pioneer siasi through Tonga and why, you know. Pea ngahi tokoni pe atonga ke siasi supports its cause pea mo Christianity ke toi whakamamafa I pe honolele ki tau kakai. Kako tau kakai tato na tau tupu lotu pe Emeline.
Oh yeah.
E hare me whanki ianga ma kehe ia tau toi o mai ke a koi lau noa koe ngahi ahon.
Oh yeah.
This is a very rich.
Yes, rich culture, huh?
Culture.
Right. But I kind of want to clarify. Na peka ulaki ko first coat na tohia he tawalu toluhiva. And I don't get tohia ko nistuto ne kakatoia he tawalu fitu nema, Aya ko tuya maha ko tohi pe ko ni o ene lotu pe mo ne hanga ko ni ene tohi noa ko ni hono tuku ko tonga ki langi, But isn't it interesting, Brenda? Whanongo na pe na whataha pe ko ha pe te nau hanga kumia whanua muri kene malu ia tonga, Pe come down to him who make the decision pe otua pe. Whampe ke tuku pe ia tonga ke otua ke malu I mai pehe otua. Ai ka taimina no stari ia ai muifa Christiane.
Yes.
Para ne sma o ia ai tui. Ka ka so ka hipo ko lau mari ai ni ko ni na to ofa, That's interesting. Ai ko siana lot more, Ko siana na tui more,
Yeah.
I tui to polaki.
Yeah. Pe mana tui ko kakaia me tuai. They were slowly getting it on. I met and mahino ka nau tolu na e tala koi Powono. You know, they could have believed any church, any leaders, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Kaku. Beautiful. I can't say anything. I feel fulfilled tonight.
Yes.
Again, you
Yes.
know, yeah.
Ai ka lave da programa ko ngawa. Ai ka ha ka te ke ko ngatolo eh.
Ko ye.
Ai de time ge ko ko mai fa hiva ko ya eh.
Yeah.
That was an interesting song, Brenda, when I look at that song.
Yes.
Lamai.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard it tonight.
Ko ne la mai pe kataua.
Oh, yeah.
Angai mea ko ni fo o kataua e ta whanong ki ai. Interesting.
Right.
The navigators.
If you look at world maritime history and you ask who the most successful navigators are and the most successful types of ships, very few people would give you the correct answer, which is the Polynesian seagoing canoe and Polynesian navigators.
Ancient Polynesians as voyagers, well, they're the best.
The Pacific Ocean, the largest in the world, 180 million square kilometers, larger than all the land combined. While European mythology said the ocean was full of sea creatures and monsters, we were navigating it like it was child's play. We are the greatest explorers the world has ever seen. But they never teach us this. This is the history relevant to me. This is the history they don't teach me at school. When the first Europeans came to the Pacific, they were shocked by what they saw. Everywhere they went, they saw hundreds of sailboats about the sea. Contrary to popular belief, the first pictures of Polynesian boats were not of paddle boats. They were of sailboats, yachts, dhows, and catamarans, boats which harvested the power of the wind. In 1616, Dutch navigator Jacob Lemaire wrote about hundreds of huge sailboats he saw around Tonga. French explorer Jules Sébastien César Dumont d'Urville drew pictures of these boats and the huge warehouses the Tongans built to house them. 2,000 miles away in Tahiti, Captain James Cook wrote about how he saw sailboats everywhere, including Va'a bigger than his own ship. 3,000 miles away in Hawaii, Cook encountered over hundreds of different sailboats as far as the eye could see. In Samoa, French explorer Louis Antoine de Bougainville was so astounded by the number of sailboats and sailability that he named Samoa the Islands of the Navigators. Every Pacific island was bursting with sailing. But despite the many different styles of sailboats we built, the Europeans recorded them all as simply canoes. As well as the many Pacific sea vessels, Captain James Cook also noticed that despite islands being up to 6,000 miles apart, the cultures were very similar, if not the same. He also noticed that they spoke the same language. Cook realized these islands weren't isolated, they were linked together. He believed all Pacific people were a single race of explorers.
How should we account for this nation spreading itself so far over this vast ocean? We find them from New Zealand to the south, to these islands to the north, and from Easter Island to Hebrides.
Tahitians, Maori, Hawaiians, Tongans, Niueans, Samoans, Fijians, Polynesians, Micronesians, Melanesians, all a single genius race of navigators. But this would cause problems for mainstream Europe. At this time in Europe, brown people were being sold and bought as slaves. How could Polynesians conquer the largest ocean in the world thousands of years before white people? How could they have the technology and brains to do that? Sailing and navigation required the advanced science, and dark-skinned people were supposed to be inferior. We were meant to be island savages. But instead, in the Pacific, Europeans found a brown race more sophisticated than them in navigation, astronomy, and sailing technology. The idea of dark-skinned Polynesian people being the greatest navigators and greatest boat builders meant Europeans were not superior at all. This would have caused havoc in Europe if word of this got out. So, they kept it secret. And that's why, for centuries, you haven't studied any of this in school. We used to sail from Tonga to New Zealand, from Samoa to Hawaii, from Fiji to Rarotonga, like we were popping out down the road to the shop. We use the stars, the elements, science, wisdom, and intuition. We built technologically advanced boats from natural materials. Today's America's cup boats are now in the style of Polynesian catamarans. Ietonga, Polynesian fine mats, are not meant to be mats, they were used as sails. And as more and more studies and DNA tests are done, we've now learned that Polynesians were in America hundreds of years before Christopher Columbus.
When you realize that Polynesians were capable of discovering these remote specks of land throughout the Pacific, how is it they could possibly miss these big islands of North and South America, these enormous land masses?
I mean, I think we're absolutely sure that the Polynesians made it to South America before Columbus. I mean, I think the odds of that are in the 99.9999 range. It's almost flat Earth level to disbelieve that Polynesians made it to South America.
I think it was other people who came before Columbus. We know West Polynesian. They were moving eastward, and the only possible end for this exploration was the South American coastline.
But they never tell us this. Our history does not begin with missionaries calling us savages. We were scientific navigators who built and sailed a wide array of technologically advanced vessels, and we were always on the move. Our history is that of genius, of science and courage. Who discovered New Zealand? Who discovered Australia? Who discovered America? We did. We are the greatest navigators the world has ever seen, and it is time for our history to be taught. And it is time for you to realize that same brilliance is in your blood.
Hey.
This is the history relevant to me.
Right.
This is the history they don't teach me at school.
I second.
Yeah, I agree.
It's important to realize that their voyages were explicit voyages of discovery. And this isn't a matter of lost canoes or people running away from wars or anything like that.
I think it's important that we recognize that some of these pre-contact people had tremendous capabilities.
We need to spread what we find more widely. We need to tell people more about what we're finding. We need to rewrite those history books and get it out there.
What happened? Why does no one today know how to navigate?
Is that interesting?
Oh my goodness.
That is so amazing. Hey.
Yes.
Was it okay now? Oh my God, South America. Como na tu na leita he ko kay form no. I think I mentioned this before. Ko textbook ko geography. Never ita, kaya ita. Marketplace somewhere in Peru, I believe. But there's a lady there that wearing a tabala, in front of all these people. It's a crowded area, like a marketplace, but in the forefront of the picture of wife Finda Tusi to wear a tabala. And there's nobody in the world that wear a tabala but Tongan, So that's interesting to me. If I'm not working out here, how could these people miss Americani, Australia, and South America? I ufonua ni, you know. And I agree with them if they have to rewrite the history, you know, because of interesting fiho.
Yeah.
Kaya mena na mga kaya sale,
Sale. Nagamana to I mention is Sunny. For some reason, I meant to mention.
Yeah, Mari.
I thought he mentioned something ngahi ake fala la, o ngau ake. Ko uhinga pifuga ane ni tano ko ke tau tolo to extend the umotu tau travel ke umotu kotoa. Yeah.
Right. Interesting, yeah, tagoinga na lalanga ufala tempe ko
la Perfecta nge he la.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they were so able to travel far and near, you know.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I am back in the 1660. I got many sailboats there.
Yes.
I spotted Tahiti, Samoa. Wow, interesting.
There might be voyagers, white voyagers here when now report back ko funky canoe pe I otmotu.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But never they would even know that we already discovered Tautoro Ufonua Katokoni. And you know why I know it's true? But Mautohi Moromona.
Oh yeah.
Matolu.
Oh yeah.
It talks about our people. Oa ukihe otomotu.
Oh yeah.
Kaulei mana. Ko kaulei mana ai ni Tautoro Lanu Melo Melo.
I have Polynesia.
Yeah, and they took now fifulau aki na now take a bit now toria and now grains, now seedings, now small plants, fanga monumanu, I now vaca. Kake hanga o compare. Itawitonga, and we thought to ourselves, right? But we won't be able to find nyai for ufi. Because for me, because for manioke. Takoe ko anunga niya ufi South America.
Yes, yes.
Ko for akauka tautoritonga. It's here.
Yes.
Ko fekika, I saw the fekika ihe invest I'm going to kakai ko kuki Ona wo ko ki South America.
Right,
Ona come up with strange fruits, but it wasn't strange to us. Because me ia tau feito ko apere intia, apere intia ko apere the regular apple, o kai ko pineapple. Ka kai pe apere intia mo apere fo iki fo ko ifo no. Ka ku more pe ia, And so I'm thinking and I realize that I'm reading the history of our people. Porque Alaska, And now time na fabi na puno ki keleo. Ayo na deringa they hear distance drumming. Ayo either they're enemies or they're people of their own kind. Pag te whanong ki Afrika taimin tako na ia kautonga na tu populai.
That's interesting.
Interesting. You know.
Kaya ko kumalata kita to foki ki me kanda ke I took for noa. There's something that interesting. I just remind me now. I love when na ke mention ka afa mango tawe peo.
Yes.
I kafata. Ka kukui ka ha ka kukui me ha mo ko pesiana ko tufunga. Ta ko ilo ko honolanga ko ni mala falelot ko kolawai. Na ka e kukui honolanga. Na la langa ki pe kafa matifa na ka kia fa o nga e ke time ko. Ka ko ngai fu po ko me ko kafa pe na
Yeah.
Pe kawe maha me falot kana ese stoma kana ine yafu. Na kana ko tunga balanga ko ya ko nga he kukui. Kaga time kana na ulanga for work ka falotuna na preserve it tunga balanga and there's somebody sent a picture to us ke mausio ki ko tunga balanga na nga he ma. He ko siana ko ha mo but he's a carpenter na o maha ko ki Tonga. I believe that's why he came to Tonga as a carpenter,
I kai pagomana tu e ngai whare whakataha anga pēka ha mua.
Oh yeah.
Ai whare,
Oh yeah.
Ko ngai whare a ko ia ulalanga whakawha ofa no ngahi, Lalanga i pēka wha. Kono traditional.
Ko mana tu ia hangai kata ko whare lotu ko o Tonga back in the days ko mana tu maha ko whare lotu ko kolowai. Ko na langa ko kafa ia na haya ke. I back e ngai ko whare lotu ni ko na langa back in the days. Na kai ke mera ko kafa na haya. Ai na as mai ko heta. Kala ko kai ko afu. Ko kafa taha Ko kafa taha ya ko. Ai na fai ko langa he konga ko
Pea koe ka whataha koe mā lohi e kai toi lava mi ai au. To'o ka whataha io. Pao fo ofa ngi whau.
Yes, yes.
Tau.
Mahalo time kita ta ema eta ko intro ko ni eta reminder pe eta TW na.
Yes.
Ke hinga ke ne hanga.
Io, fa pito.
Taki break ai ke ne hanga.
It's beautiful, Lini.
It is beautiful.
It's quite beautiful. Yes. I love it.
Yes.
But who pay an intro, the who break?
Yes, the who break it, the
way you put it in part, oh, it's just so right. So
and even if we'll go before the last one, it's still good because that's our intro right there.
Yeah.
Mateka pamanata bene te a few moniten pe September tatanu ko Emily family te como ko usa te e fe fine TWN
ka prenta ko ngaika
programa e whawhinika, programa History and Culture. Pea na tau kamata mai ke tu whanua, pea whamalot ka pa mu ke mea mai ke tau programa e whawhin. O tau ke hoko ato ai pe he. Ai ka pa ia pe ngai whiu I ke tau hoko koe ni ko kau navigators. O whenga ma ke rewrite te tau historia. Papa mo disagree ki me ai, pa mo maha mo ngai uhinga, papa mo loto ki ai. Pea time ke tau pesua for rewrite te koe ni o historia, he?
Yes.
Kako e mea pe ia aprenda na me follow up na tau whanau pe te tau whangakui. Ai mea koe ni koe ngai whetu u. Koe hai mea koe na nau tala ki koe ni nau aluwaka, eh?
Yeah.
Eh? So those
yeah.
are the skills here koe na mao koe he kakai koe ia. E taimi koe ia, eh?
Nau ngawe ake constellations, eh?
Yes. Pea moe hange pe koe ni prenta koe tau so koe ni tonga koe ni tau fo I. Ai kon po tau fo I matanga koe ni koe haamonga, eh?
Yes.
Koe haamonga fo ki o pehe fo ki koe. That's koe fo I matanga koe tau claim me koe fo I lea koe tonga is where time begins, eh?
Yeah.
Ai koe tau mea koe na tau tala taimi koe he kuonga koe, eh? Pea koe kei tu peo au ke taini me.
Oua, ko mantia tonga ia na teknolosia I ngai fuha monga ia ngai mea ko tope. If you think about Tonga, nothing but beauty,
right,
eh?
right,
and nothing but a lot of replenish. Whakanatula ki tau toro, he? Eh? Ko whanua ia mo te o whanua ke he o tō e nau mea kaitahi ang koe kuku. Tō e nau whingota, tō replenish kono growing, eh? Ko tō ngai o te tau pāhia pi tātou he whangota ke hape.
Okay, hape. That is so true, eh?
Tau o tau whoka tau tōreo mea toko ni tau sea fo I karoa, fo I tawa manu, fo I whanki fo I tō, wha moho, whaka moho pe kai ke fuku kai half. Oh my gosh, they're the most delicious little remembrance o mea toko ni, eh? Ko tau mai pinati, ko bananas, ko hopa. Oh my gosh. It's just...
Go ahead, Brenda.
It's paradise. It's a paradise. O hange ko ku. Hange o tau loto hafu wafo. Kei polo at ke tau whanua e whaka amu. He? Kai hai nai ha tau te whoki ki tonga ko hai tau mea te whakafo o ke contribute. Eh?
Ko ia. Ka ke pehe, ko me ko ai ke weket ka koe. Ka ke pehe, ko uhinga e koe na hanga koe e tu iula ki o sio ke whanua, ai maho e whanua, he mea ko tō pe, pe ane pehe e ia, o koe te whema wa ha te whanua ke ne hanga o toko ni iau. Ko toko taha pe tene whima o e kene toko ni au ko o tua peta. He ko tonga na o si mahu pe he mea ko toa, he?
Pea mohono kakai.
Mohono kakai, he?
Yes.
Pea ka whime ko e taha na e lawe kai kia e tu whanua na ne pehe re vai. Ko taimpa na ne tale si supa kai leke ne te hanga whai tāmati tangata. Nai ma o na puke pe tangata o puke mo ui pe, he? He taim ko whaha me, he? Tako ku wanga ke whakaukawa tuko a aku. This king saw the country, the riches of his little islands, eh? Pea whakaukawa ki ai, pea whaika whataha, pea pehenewa eia. Pea hate te ala kumi hate whanua, ko osi mohu pea au he whanuane I hene, eh?
Iyo kai tāpua ki pe.
Ko ia.
Kore pe tāpua ki.
Pea mauka o tua peta, eh?
Yes.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you brought up that riches of Tonga,
natural resources.
Natural resources give, you know, tahi mo uta.
Tahi mo uta. Yes.
He was more grateful for what he already have, and the only thing he can do is to give back to the guy who, blessed Tonga with, eh?
Yes.
I mean, that's interesting. If that was he thought of, I mean, ko tui mahalo ko whai whakakau kau whawo whapakoin ko tau monu I ai he tainim. Ka ko man ko no fuko whakakau ko prenta. O ko whiwhia tanga o mai e tu whanua. He ko come across he ngahi. I don't really watching this video. Ko siya baka title ha po video. O ka peke whemake te whaawe po video. Sometimes the title already told me what is in that video. Kako siya kan he ngahi title o ngahi mea. And people are now, I mean, freedom of speech, anybody can go do your own life. But the question is, what values are you giving to the people that you are going to, we have values, and I think if you don't have any values, please don't go and do a live. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have no values to give to people, please go do something else. Do something like, no, I'm saying because I social media yeah me taktaha koin ko fanau haga ko tuwagi ni ko kawena a pita bua ia drug dealers, you know what I'm saying? And then I said to myself, so where is the truth now? Ko fe I'm on it dining. Hange ko kita mo ko tu tani mia ko tawagi tukwaki, tukwaki mahe gau tamagoe. I gau tamagoe, but I got ko tape ko no fa na pe brenda. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a video soon coming out. Tonga World News is one of the biggest one,
Yes,
You know
yes,
I mean, to me, Brenda, if you don't, got a mission at our Dolgan Tonga World News. Number one, this is a platform for educational,
Yes.
Going I go
Yes.
Takamata, I go history and culture, have firma without educate. Then I love it, Dr. Ray Gahi, I hope, Brenda. Ko masiba ilo. Pero tamu ape ko na malanga e ko he ulaki pa ai po no ko Jose vai fa vesiwanoa. Au hape ka kai he masiba ilo. Pero me ko ho ko tai ni mi. O hange ko la ko ai to ta re ko he ta programa ko he tu si de ko si. Ko ta e ilo maki me asisi o tupu e mahaki. Pero ta ilo ko kiai o alu leva ki me asisi ia o lai. I mean, we are here. We have a mission. But the taumu are going to program ko ni ke tau hanga educate ho tau kakai, pe tau hanga wa ko I tafaki ke oi mo ui. But now we're seeing a lot of bebe out there, and I'm just saying, the foki ke tu fonua, famanata mai da to he fini. I offer I do go ni ki tau kakai on hanga tuku tau toki langi. Pero tala mai po ke profola, te ke ilo pe ai fua mea, te ilo pe ai kakai ko ya e nau mea e nau tonga mo ui mea, me nau fua, Ai ka pa ko fua kovi tangu fema ia ke toki farele, You can tell by the fruit. You can judge
Yes.
people by the fruits,
Yes.
Apala ka fruit ko dog tau siya kan ni social media ko tau ka pe mo tau tu ko ki ta kai holo mo hapo me hapo o fema ke to ta tu fonwa ia ke fa foki tau tolu ke ulak fa,
Yes.
Pe
Yes.
hai sio a gu Brenda. Pe
Yeah.
hai au lau ki ai.
Koe maho inga lahi o video ko ni. He unau o mai e whare tu I ki ono pōpōua o whanua mo e kakai pia mo e historia mo e tau culture. O mai e kau whaiwhi kau taki kotoa o tō ngā their contribution is so immensely well put together. Eh?
Oh yeah.
Pe o mai me kakai kehe pe. And you know how emotional they got in trying to say what's in their heart. Eh? Ko fe fine ko na ulaki lea. Eh? Na kau he ulaki lea o ne pehe koi e ne ongoi. Eh?
Oh yeah.
E ne monu ia koe tonga ia. Eh? Iha taimi pehe ke ne. Ene ofa he whanua pia mo lotu. You know, there are two people of great significance. I would say more than two people ihe tu whanua koe ni. Ko e seta furivai koe, history teacher.
Oh yeah, e seta fustua.
Yeah, fustua. And not only she was my teacher, but she was also my geographical course teacher also. And I think because I have the mindset of learning, I don't forget anything he taught us. She taught us. Very beautiful, very well informed historia. So, oko siya kau nga ako ay ko feke. Mo ko feke mafi.
Pe Palestinian or is this the Hawaii?
Yes, estamos semisfonua pe. Semisfonua is my family. Iyo, pe pagto wakai kia Masiu Moala.
Yes,
I was one of those little students that he picked ke haolea mahiletio for the first time. And you know, as students, a coach Maldol.
Oh yeah.
So he picked me to be one of those kids to speak his Setsio, eh?
Setsio back in the days.
Setsio back in the days. Yeah, and it makes me feel so humble. O hange pego si me tiny princesia apilolevu. You know, they the royal family don't have to confirm my gagitautoro the way they feel about Tonga. Eh?
Oh yeah.
Because we should already know.
Oh yeah.
You know, pe ngahi aspect pe o whanua pe utau mau ke ai pe kai, but we're learning so well into our culture. But will make us feel very enriched. For video ni Emeline, because
yes, me too. So true.
Mahalo will pull out leva the way we feel personally,
right?
Who we are, eh?
Oh, yeah.
And where we came from and why we're here. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Ako fa pita pa mo ni lahi pita pada sia beke ina lave mai la profala mai at to po fa pe to po ni ena fa malo ki black fa ko ta mo ana ton
ta mo ana ton
pe ko ta lave mo no ai I he ko
ngani yes
he poni pe ka ke ngata pe ki ai ka ko tau ko nga ko tonga ki tau to
yes
ko nga ko tonga ki tau to so ma ko any part no what ka tau programa ke kapini ka po monite history and culture pa pa pito prenda po tu programa kapini po formalot ka ko pe formalot ke ka fanongo mo to ko to pe no mo me mai ke tau programa kapini Pea ka papena ke toki huma misi e programa. O ku teha ke mau YouTube channel. O ku AI a programa kani upload te ai. And any mga program pena ki mu atu. O ku na ke misi. Ala ke mau senolo o whanongo ki ai he ku ngā he ku. He me archive ko to pe ki ai, upload ko to pe ki ai e tau programa. So.
Okay, you're closing. Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Tautawa lepe amotata
Good night. Mo mea.
Alo mo mea mai, mo mea.